Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from Heart. So this is your July 2018 love reading for couples and singles. If you're single, please check out the timestamp below. It tells you when the single reading starts. First we start with couples. Using the Healing of the Angels Oracle cards again for your reading. I have to use these because I'm away visiting people, and I didn't realise that I was going to stay as long as I did. So yeah, that's why I've only got the one set of cards here. So without further ado, let's have a look for you. So I'm using the Gilded Tarot for your main reading. Okay, so the first thing that we do, going to get the Oracle deck first, and we're just going to shuffle for couples and see what the advice is for July 2018. So Universe Spirit, what is the advice for Aries in the month of July 2018? This is for Aries couples. What's the advice for Aries couples in the month of July? Oh, that just fell out. What is that? Ideas and inspiration came up for you guys. I don't know whether these are the most suitable cards to use for the love readings, but I think they are actually. I mean, you've got ideas and inspiration, and ideas and inspiration is all about new ideas. What inspires you? What ideas do you have? And if you're in a couple, it might be, well, how are you going to inspire your relationship? What new ideas do you have to, you know, spice up the relationship, spice up the enjoyment, maybe sex life, that type of thing. Don't really want to get into that because I don't really read on sex and stuff like that, but which is fine. I'm not a prude, but it's just something that I don't really read on. I just think that for some of you guys, you Aries people who are actually in relationships, it might be that the relationship has become probably a little bit dull, and the card is saying, you know, you need to drum up a few newer ideas, need to get a little bit of inspiration of how you're going to spice that relationship up again, inject some, you know, excitement and fun into the relationship. So it's quite a nice card to start with, I think. Let's get what's going on for Aries couples in the month of July 2018. Show me Aries couples in the month of July 2018. What's happening for Aries couples in the month of July 2018? Show me. Right, let's split the deck into three lots. So 1, 2, 3. Right, let's start. We'll just put, we don't know what's there yet. We'll just put the cards down first. Let's move this over a little bit here and see. That's coming in the, we'll move that over there. You now position, influence is coming in, hopes, desires or fears, and the overall outcome shows it. Sorry guys, I'm sounding a little bit laboured because I'm having to really stretch to get over, because I'm doing this from a different location. So let's have a look. So let's have a look. What's the relationship doing at the moment? What's the external factors happening in the relationship in July 2018? Well, the Two of Swords is the external factors. So I think that with the Two of Swords, it might be that mentally there's a bit of a dilemma going here. The Two of Swords is a mental card. It represents thoughts. So it might be that some of you guys are a little bit of a mental crossroads concerning a relationship. It might be that there's a decision that needs to be made with this Two of Swords energy, hence the dilemma. The reason that everything is happening is because, well, the Emperor, that's you. The Emperor. I mean, this could be an important male in your life if you're female and heterosexual. Could be an important male in your life if you're gay. If you're lesbian, it could be that there's an important person, the Emperor. But this is essentially, Emperor is an Aries card as well. So this might be about, it might be that the relationship is in a little bit of a dilemma with the Two of Swords. Maybe the root issue is all about Aries putting boundaries on this relationship, because we know that the Emperor is an authoritative character within the tarot and often likes to impose his own will on relationships, so likes to take control, likes to take the helm. Now, in the recent past, you guys have experienced, well, it's been a very trying time for some of you guys with that Nine of Swords in the recent past. And very difficult. There might have been as well, usually with the Nine of Wands on this particular tarot deck of the Ciro Marchetti Gilded Tarot, it doesn't show tension, it shows tiredness. On the Nine of Wands of the Rider-Waite, which is why when I read cards, I always look at the figures. So I interpret the card as well according, you know, there's been you know, debate, should you read the tarot no matter what deck it is in the same way? Well, what would be the point in that? I think that I always, dependent on the deck. I do read the cards, the meanings of the cards the same, but obviously as a tarot reader, you would pretty much always as well, but only if you're a tarot interactionist. Because I'm a tarot interactionist, I also look at that, you know, a card for the what does the picture tell me? And this person looks knackered on the picture. They look like they can't go further. They're down on their knees and they're like, it's almost like they're running a race and they're saying, can I go any further with this? So I think there has been some tiredness and lethargy concerning this relationship in the recent past. And what's influencing you this month is the Nine of Wands. Oh, sorry, the Three of Swords. Oh dear, right, okay. So the Three of Swords is all about heartbreak, tension, arguments as well, and difference of opinions. So I think that there have been some difference of opinions in this relationship with the Three of Swords energy. I think that there has been some difficult communication, possibly some form of an argument here. And as a result of that, the energy around this relationship in the month of July 2018 is all about the Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins in terms of relationships represents responsibility or being responsible. Knight of Coins also references boredom. Knight of Coins also represents taking things slow or moving slowly with this Knight of Coins energy. So the energy, I think, with the Knight of Coins, because it references the word about building. So when you're a Knight of Coins, you're building something, you're working towards the builder of the tarot. And when you do tarot, you read the suit for what it is. So you would read, you know, the energy of the suit. And all I'm seeing with the Knight of Coins is somebody who's moving very, very slowly. But I think that this is about moving slowly towards a goal. Because it comes off the back of this. This is either you or this person. But I think this is more you. I think this is you who is now putting down your foot and you're laying down some boundaries in this relationship. And as a result of that, the energy around this relationship with the Knight of Coins, I think, is things... It's not standstill because it's not reversed. So I think this is about moving slowly towards building whatever it is you're looking to build within the relationship. We'll get a clarity card on that one anyway. And the most likely outcome for your relationship, for you people who are coupled up with with this situation in the month of July 2018, is going to be the Hierophant. So, you know, the Hierophant is all about observation of rules and regulations. So it wouldn't make any sense. The most likely outcome would be, you know, commitment. And it is commitment, the Hierophant, but Hierophant isn't... It depends on how you want to read the Hierophant. Hierophant is usually about adhering to rules and regulations of a relationship. And I think that as the Emperor, and the Emperor and the Hierophant are actually brothers in the tarot. So I think that, you know, the root issue is all about the boundaries that Aries is setting on the relationship. And more than likely, as a result of that, it will be, I think, that somebody's going to adhere to the rules and regulations of this relationship with that Hierophant energy showing there. Now, coming in, the immediate future, what you're going to experience is the Ace of Swords. So this is the forming of an action plan through new ideas. And the new ideas could be showing up there in that card there, ideas and inspiration, which is your advice card for the month. And influences coming in as a result of that will be the World. So these will be achieved. And what you'll see is achievement, successful achievement of these new ideas and these new plans with the World energy, which is really, really nice. And what the hopes or fears will be. Well, I think that the hopes will be that there will be the ability to balance and to manage this situation with the Two of Coins. And the overall outcome for you guys who are couples. There we go. Lovely. Victory. There you go. Six of Wands. Victory. That's a really nice outcome. It's beautiful. So the overall outcome is victory. Let's just move this up a little bit, actually. Sorry about this to move the camera. It's just that... I wonder if I should face it down just a little bit here. Oh dear. Oh God, you just see my foot. Jeez. I didn't want you guys to see my... Oh God. I really don't want you to see my crusty feet on the camera, man. I just wanted to get everything in. Why are you showing my feet, man? Camera. Let's see if we move that though. I really don't want you to see my crusty foot. But they're not exactly crusty, but I just don't want you seeing them. Anyway. Who wants feet in the shot when I'm doing the reading? Yeah, we're going to get some clarifiers on it. It's a really good reading. I do think that you're setting down, I think you're setting the law. You know, I think you really are kind of like saying, putting your foot down in the month of, and that's what an emperor would do. An emperor wants to maintain some form of control. That's what emperors do. They want to maintain control. And this emperor is an Aries person, so I read this as you guys here. let's get some clarity on this. What is this dilemma about? What is this dilemma about with the Two of Swords being the external factors for Aries who are in relationships? What's this dilemma about with the Two of Swords? Well, the dilemma is about your relationship, the Two of Cups. I think there is a dilemma here. I mean, there's a certain amount of confusion, and there's an indecision concerning the emotional connection, because Two of Cups is all about an emotional connection that you have with another person. I think the relationship is causing some worry with this Nine of Swords. I just picked another card. So I think that there's a dilemma here, because your relationship is causing, you know, some worry here with the Nine of Swords energy. And I think it's because communication with the Eight of Wands, I think it's been cut with the Queen of Swords. Might be for some of you guys, Aries, maybe maybe the partner is communicating with an individual, a Libra, Aries, a Libra, Gemini. What's the other one? Why can't I remember the other sign for the air? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, usually that's a Libra. But I don't think it's that, because often I don't read the Queen of Swords as a person sometimes. Sometimes I read her as being a cancellation card. And I think that, you know, communication probably with that Queen of Swords has been, it's really weird, because it depends on how you want to see the Eight of Swords. I see the Eight of Swords as, and I guess in a way, I would see the Eight of Wands. Let me just pick this card up here. I want to see these wands. Actually, no, can you see the Eight of Wands here, guys? I see those wands hurtling towards the ground. So this talks about ideas grounding themselves. The Queen of Swords is a communicator card. So this is somebody who likes to communicate the truth. So she's analysing, she's highly analytical. I think that there's a dilemma here. And I think it's because the situation is all about your relationship, the connection that you have with your partner being a source of worry. And I think that it might be harsh words or honest words with this Queen of Swords energy showing here that are starting to really take root. So they're really starting to dig into the relationship here. I think that there have been a few things said in this relationship. Maybe the words weren't meant, but I think that the words were quite sharp. I think they were quite harsh with that Queen of Swords energy there. And I think that with the Eight of Wands showing up, I think they've really begun, because I'm looking at these Eight of Wands have actually grounded themselves. I can see where, can you see the slightly curved bit there? That can't be what's hurtling towards the, you know, that can't be what's been, they couldn't have chucked that. I don't think that these wands could have been chucked from this angle here. They must have been chucked from the angle here so that they can land, because the wands are meant to land, and if they landed like this, how are they going to land when they've got that curved little bit there? It must be that this is the place that they're meant to land. So they're hurtling downwards rather than upwards. Depends, because sometimes some tarots see the ones going through the, I think on this deck they were hurtling towards the ground. And I think that this Queen of Swords energy, these words, this communication of the Queen of Swords, difficult communication, honest communication, I really think it's beginning to take some effect in the relationship, starting to ground itself with that Eight of Wands hurtling towards the earth. Now the reason why everything is happening is because of you, and I would read you guys as being this Emperor. And why is the Emperor the reason that everything is happening? Why is the Emperor the reason that everything is happening in this relationship? Well, because of love. You've got an eye on this relationship showing up here, the Ace of Cups energy. But I think that, you know, I think that you are putting some boundaries on this relationship. And I think it's because you have formed, with the Page of Swords, I think it might be you've formed some new ideas here. And the new ideas concerning this relationship, you've got an eye on love. You've got an eye on this relationship. And I think that with that comes the need to kind of try and, you know, the Page of Swords is all about being honest, but it's all about forming new ideas. And I think the new ideas are how you and your partner start to create something new in this relationship, or take control of it with that Magician energy. Because the Magician energy talks about creating new realities. When you get this card, it's about creating something new. And I think it's about how you guys start creating, I think with the Ace of Wands, this new fire, or the fire, or recreating the fire in the relationship, since you're in a coupled up relationship. So I think that this is all about you guys taking control, because you've got an eye on love here. You're in love, and this love that you feel for your partner, Aries, makes you want to, inspires you with the Page of Swords, inspires your ideas. and inspires you to start initiating, you know, a way to take control, or a way to start creating this new fire, not even this new fire, but start recreating the fire. You're inspired to find ways how you're going to recreate the fire, and this is why you've got the advice of the ideas and inspiration. Now, in the recent past, you guys would have found it very trying, because you've got this Nine of Wands. And what's the Nine of Wands about, please? Well, the Sun. And the Page of Cups. So I think that you found it very trying, and it's trying because the Sun is all about positivity and it's about success, and the Page of Cups is all about dreams and vision. So this is like about a successful dream or a successful vision. I think you found it quite trying, because the situation is about having this successful vision, this successful this successful fantasy that you've got here with these two cards showing up here. I think it's about these things kind of being achieved, because you've got the Chariot showing here, Aries. So the Chariot is all about an achievement, and the Page of Cups is about new relationships. But I think if you're in a couple, this isn't a new relationship. This is about the vision that you have for the relationship. And the Sun is all about success and happiness and joy. And so I think that you've been finding it quite trying, and you've been, in the recent past, I wouldn't even say you've been finding it quite trying, because this isn't saying, I mean, it might be, yes, definitely, but I also feel with the Nine of Wands, you've been really kind of just standing there in your power. You've really been trying, you haven't been giving up. So I think with the Nine of Wands in the recent past, you guys have been completely determined to have, you know, this thing happen. And what it is that you're very determined about is to have this success with the Sun energy in terms of this vision for love, this vision for the future in terms of the Chariot. So in terms of achieving the ultimate goal of this relationship. What's challenging you, or what's influencing you this month, Aries, is the Three of Swords. And what can you tell us about the Three of Swords, universe? What can you tell us about the Three of Swords? Well, I think that there's been some hurt here, and it's to do with the King of Wands. Aries, I don't think that that's you. I think that's somebody else. There's a King of Wands who's been, I think this King of Wands has been very distracted, to be honest, because you've got a Three of Wands. Sometimes the Three of Wands, what's behind this Three of Wands is the person. So for some of you, it might be that what's influencing you this month is about separation, and it might be that you are, you know, you said, well, we're having problems in this relationship, and I'm focusing not so much on this person, but I might focus on, for example, gaining stuff for myself, because whatever the Three of Wands looks towards, this is what it wants. If the Three of Wands looks towards the Emperor, somebody might be looking to be a father, for example. So what you've been looking for, I think that for some of you guys, what's happening here is, with the Three of Swords, it's either that the influence is heartbreak. The challenge is heartbreak, disappointment, arguments, distance in relationships. And it could be because there's a man here, there's a person, this King of Wands, could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or doesn't have to be, who's he's looking towards kind of being independent, or not having to share so much in the relationship. It might be for some of you guys have had enough of this King of Wands, and what you're looking to do is just to gain stuff for yourself here with the Four of Coins, just to focus on your own stability and security. Okay, maybe this is because you're the one that's having to set the boundaries in this relationship. You're the one that's having to come up with the ideas. Now, as a result of that, the energy around you will be this Knight of Coins. And what's the Knight of Coins about? What's the Knight of Coins about? What's the Knight of Coins about? Well, it's about the Five of Coins. So the Five of Coins talks about abandonment and rejection in relationships, and feeling on one's own. So I feel that the energy around the relationship is that everything is actually very slow moving. I would read that Knight of Coins as very much being an energy. And that the energy for the month is that everything is going to move really slow, because this is about you guys. The reason why everything is moving slow is because you guys are feeling that you're being pushed out and being made with that Nine of Coins just to deal with everything on your own. Nine of Coins, when it shows up in a coupled up reading, it suggests that somebody has everything, the partner gives them everything, but the one thing that they don't have is love. This person feels alone in a relationship. So I think that this abandonment with the Five of Coins is probably making you guys feel very alone, very cut off, very isolated, I would say, with that Nine of Coins. But the most likely outcome will be the Hierophant, and we'll see what the Hierophant's about. And what's the Hierophant about? What's the Hierophant about? Well, the Seven of Wands. I think this is rejection, bringing about the Tower, bringing about frustration, arguments, and possibly even a breakup, potentially, with the Tower. But I think that this is rejection bringing about frustration and anger with the Tower. So the most likely outcome will be the Hierophant, and this is... now the Hierophant is a very passive card, so how do we kind of amalgamate it with those cards there? The Hierophant is, it's not about commitment here, it's all about guidance. I think the most likely outcome could be guidance, or seeking guidance. Seeking guidance, it could be from a counsellor, it could be from a friend, it could be from a family member. But I think that this guidance is about kind of rejection, the Seven of Wands, pushing this person out, and with the Tower energy could be breakup, that type of thing, because things are moving slowly. You've already here, I think, for you coupled up Aries, put down the boundaries and you said, look, things have got to change. You know, I'm taking control of this relationship now, because I've got an eye on love here, I've got an eye on our relationship. You know, my heart is still open to this relationship. And this love that I feel as well with the Ace of Cups has inspired me with the Page of Swords energy. It's inspired these ideas that I have, that what I want to create is real passion in this relationship. Because the external factors are saying that there's a bit of a dilemma here with the Two of Swords, in which it's about a relationship, a connection that is causing a great deal of worry, because I think that this isn't you. I think the partner is showing us the Queen of Swords, and it's this person's ideas and it's what they've said that have really taken root in this relationship. So I get the impression that there were some harsh words said, and they've really affected the relationship. They've really stuck and really kind of had a really bad effect on how everybody feels in this relationship, and it's not nice. And therefore you say, look, we've got to take control of this now, because I'm in love with you, and my love is now inspiring my ideas that I really would like to create. Passion, new passion within this relationship. And, you know, in the recent past, I think, Aries, you've been really tired and exhausted, because the situation is... But also, I think, not just tired, but I think with the Nine of Wands, you've been really staunch about this. You've been really determined with the Nine of Wands. And this is about, the determination is about to have, you know, success. Success in terms of what you envisage this relationship to bring, how you envisage it to be in the future. And that vision and that fancy you have, bring it into a reality with the Chariot energy. Bringing it into being. Seeing the results and the achievement of this. But your problem is, and I think it's the person, I think your problem is that the challenge for the month is that you're still having disagreements here, because this King of Wands here is looking over at the Chariot. So he's looking over at, you know, the struggles and the obstacles and the difficulties you guys go through to get to where you need to get to. And I think that this person here is very distracted with the Three of Wands. The only focus he has is on the self, because Four of Coins means self-focus. This person only self-valuation. So this King of Wands looks at you guys, because you can see him looking straight across at the Chariot. And he's looking across and he's saying, geez, what we have to do to try and get through this shit. And he says to himself, he or she says to himself, shit, you know, I would rather, with the Three of Wands, look towards, you know, pleasing myself with this Four of Coins. And that's where the problem comes in. So as a result of that, the energy around this relationship in the month of July will be things moving very, very slowly with the Nine of Coins, Knight of Coins. Because the situation is that this person seems to be abandoning you, and you seem to feel shut out from this person, meaning that afterwards you just feel like you're doing shit for yourself with the Nine of Coins. You know, you feel that you're alone, you feel, you know, that isolated in this relationship, and that's why I think that the most likely outcome will be some of you guys getting some guidance with that Hierophant energy, because this guidance is all about stopping. So this is putting a stop to the Seven of Wands. This is you guys trying to put a stop to a breakup, because the Seven of Wands is a stop card, is when you're trying to prevent. So this is you guys here trying to prevent a breakup with the Tower energy. And that's why, you know, with the guidance card of the Knight of the Hierophant, you're saying, look, this is getting a bit too much now. I've told this person that I want our relationship to improve. He or she is not showing enough attention to me. You know, they've said some nasty thing and it's really sat like a piece of cardboard in my throat here. This person said all sorts of shit to you, and it's really grounded itself, and it's stuck its heel into the relationship. And yeah, Aries, I think that you've really been willing to forgive this individual and say, look, you know what, actually, let's just try and get over this, and I'll try and I'll be really determined to try and move this forward. But this person's not that interested, and it leaves you feeling alone. And then you say, look, you know, the most likely outcome is going to be, well, we're going to have to get some marriage counselling, or we're going to have to get some guidance here, because I want to prevent the Seven of Wands, a breakup. I don't want to break up with you, but if it comes to it, it's going to happen. Coming in, you've got this Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, I think, is all about a plan of action being put in place. And what's this Ace of Swords about in 2 cards? What's this Ace of Swords about in 2 cards? Well, it's about nurturing. And it's about nurturing this new path. Okay, so the Fool is all about a new path. Fools are new beginnings in the tarot. And the Empress represents to nurture and to grow. So this is all, the new plan is hatched, I think, between you and this partner. And he says, well, let's try and nurture this new beginning. This beginning that we formulated here. It was the root issue, it's here. This is where you start taking control, because I'm in love with you, and this love that I feel with the Ace of Cups, and also I've got an eye on growth of love and forgiveness in this relationship, and it's inspired the ideas I have to try and create more passion. And you say, right, okay, I'm upset with you, and I want, you know, if things don't change, I'm going to have to get some guidance here, because I want to prevent us having a breakup in this area here. And therefore, coming in, you'll say, you and your partner will probably say, right, okay, let's get on with the plan that we had here. This is the plan we had. This plan is how we're going to nurture, how we're going to grow, how we're going to develop, because the 3s represent development and Empress is a number 3 card. How are we going to develop this new beginning showing here? And what you'll experience coming in is the World. It should be great success and achievement. What's this World card about in 2 cards? What's this World card about in 2 cards? Justice. So this is about finding balance and finding answers and finding... There you go, in the Wheel of Fortune. Bringing some fortune into the relationship, fortunate changes. So this is about, and it's 3 majors you've got there coming in. These are exceptional majors as well. All right, so this is all about finding balance with the Justice energy. So finally, things coming full circle, in which I think with the Wheel of Fortune, bringing success, bringing success, bringing achievement, and bringing changes. More positive changes in with this Wheel of Fortune. The hopes, I think, with the 2 of Coins is just to really be able to balance the good and the bad in the relationship. But what's the 2 of Coins about in terms of hopes? What's the 2 of Coins about in terms of hopes? Well, the 3 of Cups. So this is all about trying to achieve balance. And that balance is about your union with that 3 of Cups showing here. And the Knight of Cups. No, I don't think it's that. I think that your fears are the 2 of Pentacles. Maybe having to compromise, or even to a certain extent put up with that 2 of Pentacles. What are you putting up with? Well, the 3 of Cups are the people, groups. Maybe groups that this person, this partner of yours, is pursuing. 3 of Cups and the Knight of Cups can sometimes be, well, one person is pursuing maybe other people, other lovers, that type of thing, showing up here. Yeah, I think it might be that. It just smacks of that to me. The overall outcome, though, is the 6 of Wands. And what's the 6 of Wands about? What's the 6 of Wands about? What's the 6 of Wands about in 2 cards as the outcome? Well, I've seen transformation here. This victory here, it's all about a transformation. Death isn't always about an ending. Sometimes it's just a transformation in a relationship. So I'm not seeing death of commitment. I'm seeing a transformation that brings in the start of a commitment, the start of abundance, the start of you guys beginning to build something longer term, beginning to build something more solid, because you've got the initial card showing victory. So it would change the elements of the other 2 cards. So the overall outcome shows a victory for you guys. And this is about a transformation in this relationship, bringing with it the Ace of Coins, a new grounded beginning for the both of you, a beginning that you can actually build on for the long term. So it's a really, really good reading. I do think there's been some hurt here, and we're going to quickly go through this reading again before we finish. Your advice card is you've got ideas and inspiration coming, and you need to follow those ideas and inspiration around, because for some of you guys it's going to work. Okay, it's really going to benefit you in the month of July 2018 in helping your relationships to improve. I feel here that there is, in the external factors, there's a bit of a dilemma, because this relationship, this connection that you have with this partner is causing a great deal of worry. You might be you had a conversation causing worry, because I do feel that the partner has said something to you with this Queen of Swords energy. They said something quite harsh to you, quite volatile to you with that Queen of Swords energy showing there. And I think it's grounded itself. It's stuck its heels into the relationship with the Eight of Wands. Now, the root issue says to me that you guys, being the Emperor here, the Aries card, which is you Aries, are saying, well, I need to take control of this situation. And the taking control is all about putting your eye on the ball, keeping your eye on the future. With this Ace of Cups energy, looking into a crystal ball for the future and saying to yourself, I'm keeping my eye on love in this relationship. So in other words, I'm keeping love open in this relationship. I'm keeping my heart open in this relationship. And this is inspiring new ideas for me to create more passion into this relationship. And I think that you guys have been very determined to do this, because you want success with that Sun energy. And I think that you feel happy and joyous when you think and when you visualize with this Page of Cups energy the future, the fantasy of the relationship in the future, and that you could actually, with the Chariot, despite all of the difficulties that you've experienced, overcome them and achieve this. But I think what's challenging you is that there is a difference of opinion here with the Three of Swords to a certain extent, and maybe there's been some arguments or some difficulties between heart and mind. There's head over heart decisions as well to make, because, and it's not your head over heart decisions, it's the other person's head over heart decisions. It's because this King of Wands looks at the Chariot and he says, shit, can you look how scared he looks of the Chariot? He just looks frightened. I mean, look at those two cards. Look at how afraid this guy looks of, can you see? Look at that. He's like, fuck. Shit, it's going to take all that to get to where we need to go. And he says to himself, shit, you know what, actually, I'd rather just focus on myself, to be honest with you, because it almost feels like somebody can't be bothered. It looks like he can't be bothered. And I think as a result of that, that's why the energy around this relationship for the month of July 2018 is boredom with that Knight of Coins, and also very slow-moving energy. But more than anything, boredom, I would say, with the Knight of Coins energy, because the situation is you guys feel abandoned here. But also, you feel abandoned and, I think, alone, isolated, because this person seems to be kind of devil may care about the whole thing that you've said, I want to do this in this relationship. And this person says, yeah, but they're half-hearted. I think you're dealing with somebody who's very half-hearted here, Aries. And as a result of that, the most likely outcome will be seeking guidance, either from a friend, either from family, or if you're married, maybe marriage counselling, marriage guidance with that Hierophant, because you want to prevent, with the Seven of Wands, a breakup with the Tower. Now, coming in, I think that what you have here is you're going to start making some plans. You're going to start working on these new plans, these new ideas which you've formulated here. And this is all about nurturing this new direction, developing this new direction. But also, when we look at the Empress and the Fool, the Emperor is also a mother. So I've just thought about this combination, actually. The Empress is also a mother and the Fool is a child. So it's almost like these new ideas, it's about you teaching this individual how things need to be in this relationship. Because the Empress can easily be, because mothers have to teach their children, and the Fool is a child. So the Fool needs some kind of instruction from a mum. So it's almost like coming in you guys on this idea, giving the partner the instruction. And what you'll experience is the world. So great achievement, because this is about you guys receiving your reward with the Justice energy. And the reward is the Wheel of Fortune, seeing those positive changes. I think that your fears are with the Two of Coins, having to juggle. I'm not sure what that is, but having to maybe juggle something in the relationship. Maybe it's to do, your fears are having to juggle maybe, you know, being someone who's juggled maybe by the partner. Maybe the partner's got other people that it's offering its love to with the Three of Coins, Cups, and maybe this is a bit of a player. But I think the overall outcome is that you have victory with that Six of Wands, because there is a transformation coming in here, in which you are going to see a new grounded beginning. You're going to start to work towards something bigger with you and the partner by the end of July 2018. Very, very good reading. So use those ideas and inspiration that you have to inspire and to improve this relationship. And for some of you guys, don't just give up, follow it through, because you'd be surprised at what you'll see manifesting from that in the month of July 2018. Absolutely awesome, brilliant reading, Aries. Right, bear with me, I'm going to come back with your singles reading. Okay, hi Aries, singles, we're going to do your reading now. We're using, again, the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards for your advice card and the Gilded Tarot for your actual reading. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and let's have a look at the singles. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for single Aries for the month of July 2000? Oh, that came out. The Archangel Michael. Let's have a look at what's the next card with that. I think that the Archangel Michael is going to bring you, let me see, Archangel Michael, let me see if we can do that, there we go. I think the Archangel Michael is going to bring you enchantment and new love. Alright, so I think in fact these cards are saying that your prayers are probably going to be answered in the month of July 2018. Let's see what the reading says, anything. Anyway, I think an angel is going, Archangel Michael, it is telling you, is going to bring enchantment and new love in the month of July 2018. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, Universe Spirit, what's coming in for single Aries? What's coming in for single Aries in the month of July 2018? What's coming in for single Aries in the month of July 2018? Show me. Okay. Split the deck into three. Okay. Oh, that's a bit, it needs to be moved a bit to the centre, doesn't it? Like so. There we go. Oh God, I'm trying to bring these over here. Sorry, trying to get them to be a bit neater actually. I do apologise if they don't look very neat on the screen. It's just that where the camera's positioned, it can be a bit difficult to get to the cards. I'm not working from my home, you see, so that's why. Okay, there we go. Woo. Use clarities. So I think the Archangel Michael is going to bring enchanted new love to you in the month of July 2018, you single Aries people. Let's have a look what this reading is saying about it. So the you guys in July 2018 are showing us well, the Page of Wands. I mean, you know, the Page of Wands would be naturally somebody who is curious and somebody who's seeking love. All right, this is, you know, you're not afraid to go out there as a Page of Wands. Page of Wands is, Wands are always fearless. Always, okay? They're never afraid. And the Page of Wands is like a child. So the Page of Wands enjoys going out there, enjoys seeking new love, enjoys chatting people up. I think that, you know, there might be some form of kind of flirting going on with you guys. I think you're going out there as single Aries, and I think that you're not afraid. You might be communicating with various people as well with the Page of Wands. But the Page of Wands, I mean, it might also be in terms of you being the Page of Wands. It doesn't have to be love. It just means that you might be going out there. You might just be going to festivals, for example, having a good time with friends, family. You might be, you know, going out and going to, you know, theme rides and theme parks, for example, and, you know, just enjoy. It is the summertime after all. So I do see you, Aries, as really just going out there and having a whole heap of fun in the month of July 2018. Now, as a result of that energy, what you'll experience around you coming in, there you go, a new relationship I'm seeing for you guys. You've got the Ace of Wands. So I'm seeing a new relationship coming in. The energy is going to be a new relationship, a new passion, a new attraction with that Ace of Wands energy. Now, the reason for that new attraction coming in is because of the world. So this is somebody that this is your soulmate coming in. The World card would usually be a soulmate energy, alright? So I'm seeing a soulmate coming in. It's because of the World. A soulmate, somebody who you should fit perfectly with. And as a result of that, I think that it's because of that. But in the recent past, you guys have been the Ace of Swords. So you might have been communicating with certain people or communicating with someone. What's influencing this Ace of Wands as well, coming in around you? Well, the Fool is a new beginning. There is a new relationship. Well, the Fool is a new relationship, a new beginning, but there's a new person coming in, and they'll come in out of the blue with that Fool energy. The most likely outcome from this relationship, from this new relationship coming in, is going to be the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles could be a younger Earth sign individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or I think it's if it's not explaining the actual person, then I think with the Page of Pentacles it's saying that you're just going to move very, very slowly with this. There might be a bit of caution with it with the Page of Coins, but the energy with the Page of Coins is really just taking time and just, you know, sometimes that can be a proposal card as well. We'll see what comes up with that. But so far I think that this is really about you guys just taking your time and being very, very cautious around the energy. Coming in, what you could experience in the immediate future in July is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, it might be that you see some form of a delay in terms of communication with this individual. Because I can read the Page of Swords as well as being either email, text message with that Page of Swords. Remember, when you get a page as a messenger card, you can't read them all as the same messenger card. Because I've noticed some tarots are like, this is a message, this is a message, this is a message. And I'm thinking, but why is everything a message? Don't you differentiate between the message? Do you see what I mean? Like, Page of Cups is flirty messages and loving messages and directly about romance. And the Page of Wands might be kind of just nice messages, fun messages. The Page of Pentacles is usually messages about money, or the messages that take a long time to come to you. And the Page of Swords is often delayed messages sometimes, or they can be quite abusive. So there's different types of messages with these cards. And it might be that this is a delay in terms of message, or maybe you're getting some form of information from this person with the Page of Swords. Influences coming in, what you'll experience, Aries, is, well, there you go, it's the King of Cups. There they are, they're showing up there. So this person, I think that what you're going to experience is not a delayed message, but I think that this is about new ideas that are being talked about and communicated with that Page of Swords. And I think that what you'll experience is somebody who's very kind of conducive to that. They're very kind of responsive, because they show as being a King of Cups. So they show, I think this person is going to show as being somebody who's very emotionally inclined. They're very emotionally receptive to these new ideas of that Page of Swords. And I think that hopes or fears will be the Queen of Wands. So this is you, Aries. I think the hopes will be that this person's really attracted to you. That you've really reeled them in, because the Queen of Wands likes to attract. She's like a spider, you know, she likes to attract people into her web. So I think that, you know, the hopes will be that, you know, with this, and also the Queen of Wands in terms of a love reading can mean great passion. So the hopes will be that, you know, you'll have great passion, but also, you know, that maybe you'll appear that you're very attractive to this person. You've been able to attract them in with that Queen of Wands. The overall outcome for this relationship, please let it be a good card, universe. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. I'm almost afraid to pull any fucking sorry for swearing. I'm almost afraid to pull you know, the clarifier cards, because I don't want anything to fuck this up, you know. I don't want any, you know, shit to show on it. It's just a really nice reading. It's lovely. It's lovely. I'm seeing communication with the Page of Swords showing here. Alright, there's when you get Page of Swords in a love reading as well, it's about developing communication with the person, getting to really know who they are. And I think that's what's going to come in for you guys, really getting to know who they are, and also having a lot of good ideas. And this person, influence is coming in, being really, you know, responsive on an emotional level to that with the King of Cups energy. And that's why you've got the connection in the outcome, the start of a really lovely relationship, the start of a really nice connection with that Two of Cups energy showing there. So this is a beautiful, beautiful reading between the both of you, you know, for you, Aries. You've got new love coming in. The Archangel Michael is bringing you an enchanted new love. An enchanted new love. I'm going to leave it there for this one, okay? It's not because I'm afraid of anything showing up. I just think it's such a nice reading for Aries that I don't want anything else to touch this yet. I want to see what happens for you guys. It's such a beautiful, beautiful reading. The universe, spirit is saying, don't bother putting anything else down with it. We don't want to kind of, you know, convolute anything. So yeah, let's see what happens there. It's a beautiful reading. The Archangel is bringing you, Archangel Michael is bringing you an enchanted new love down here. That was the advice, and you can see it here. This King of Cups, there's somebody coming in, and they're really going to be quite emotionally, you know, connected with you, and very emotionally, as the King of Cups, responsive to you with that King of Cups energy showing there. And the overall outcome is the Two of Cups. There's a real connection here, the start of a relationship between the both of you here, in which two people, in which you tend to agree. You tend to very much agree with this Two of Cups energy on where you want to be, where you want to go. There's very much an emotional connection. You seem to very much be on the new page, on the same page emotionally. There's a real connection. So yeah, it's brilliant, 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 Aries, for the month of July 2018. Let me know, any of you guys, what happens in July 2018 being single, but it's beautiful. Alright, love you loads, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.